Remember how Obi-Wan beat Anakin in Revenge of the Sith? But why did Obi-Wan leave Anakin for dead on Mustafar and not finish him off? Lucky for us, we have an answer. In the novelization of Revenge of the Sith, it goes into detail about Obi-Wan's thoughts right after his victory over Anakin on Mustafar. He looked down, flame-licked the fringes of Anakin's robe as his long hair had blackened and was beginning to char. You were the chosen one. It said you would destroy the Sith, not join them. It said you would bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. You were my brother, Anakin, said Obi-Wan Kenobi. I loved you, but I could not save you. A flash of metal through the sky and Obi-Wan felt the darkness coming in on both of them. He knew that ship, the Chancellor's shuttle. Now he supposed the Emperor's shuttle. Yoda had failed. He might have died. He might have left Obi-Wan alone as the last Jedi. Below his feet, Darth Vader burst into flames. Obi-Wan looked down. It would be a mercy to kill him, and he was not feeling merciful. He felt calm and clear, and he knew that climbing down that black beach might take more time than he had. Another Sith Lord approached. In the end, there was only one choice. It was a choice he made years before when he passed his Jedi trials to knighthood, and swore himself to the Jedi forever. In the end, he was still Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was still a Jedi, and he would not murder a helpless man. He would leave it to the will of the Force. He turned and walked away. After a moment, he began to run. He began to run because he realized if he was fast enough, there was one thing he could still do for Anakin. He could still do to honor the memory of the man he had loved, and to a vanished order they once served. Which he's referring to helping raise Anakin's child, or children rather. Now I find Obi-Wan's thoughts in this passage to be really interesting. There were a few main reasons why Obi-Wan left Anakin for dead on Mustafar, and really the biggest reason, which the novel went into, is that the Emperor had arrived. At this point, Obi-Wan thought Yoda must have died if the Emperor was here on Mustafar. That if Yoda wasn't powerful enough to take out the Emperor, Obi-Wan stood no chance against him, which Yoda told Obi-Wan when Obi-Wan wanted to fight Palpatine instead of Anakin earlier in the movie. Obi-Wan just didn't have the time to finish off Anakin and be able to get out safely. But even if the Emperor never showed up, Obi-Wan wasn't going to finish off Anakin, as the Jedi in him wouldn't allow him to kill a defenseless man. Leading into the other reason. If Obi-Wan went down to the lava riverbank, there was a chance he might not be able to get back up, and we know how much he loves the high ground, where Obi-Wan was left with only one real option, and that was to pull a page out of his master's playbook and leave Anakin's fate up to the will of the Force, where Obi-Wan had doubts that Anakin would even survive, where he was shocked to find out what became of Anakin years later. Throughout his life, Obi-Wan had gone through a ton of pain. He watched his master Qui-Gon Jinn and his lover Duchess Satine be killed right before his eyes, and now he had to face what remained of his best friend. Yet Obi-Wan never wavered, and his stance as a Jedi was as strong as ever. Obi-Wan had multiple times he could have given into his darker emotions and joined the dark side, but he never did, even in this case with Anakin. Obi-Wan is a really awesome character, and he's my personal favorite Star Wars character. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think Obi-Wan made a mistake in letting Anakin's fate up to the will of the Force, or do you think he made the right decision? But speaking of Obi-Wan, I made a video about Obi-Wan's reaction to Anakin killing Palpatine if you want to check that one out. It should be on your screen now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.